In today's video, we'll be talking about UFC star Taila Santos' bulging eye in need of surgery, Dana White's reaction of the UFC 275, given he was absent from the actual event, Jedrzejczyk dropping her gloves, Glover Teixeira first statement after his loss, exclusive footage of Jan Blachowicz insisting to call out Jiri, and Prochazka's recorded message to the world on his last win and future plans. So stay tuned. The flyweight queen Valentina Shevchenko defeated Taila Santos at the UFC 275 via a split decision. In addition to losing the bout, the title challenger also went home with a gruesome eye injury. The unintentional clash of heads between Shevchenko and the Brazilian early in the fight resulted in a broken orbital bone under the right eye and a visit to the hospital. The 28-year-old fighter was taken to a local hospital after the bout, but she has chosen to go under the knife in Brazil. Her manager, Thiago Okamura, told MMA Fighting that they were left with just two options: to have surgery here, and God knows how long we'd have to stay and how long the recovery would take, or wait 2 weeks for the swelling to reduce a little bit and then have the surgery. Furthermore, the doctors told them that the long flight will not be a problem, and they would have a better support back home, since the number 4 ranked UFC flyweight would only stay with one person in Singapore. This bout was Shevchenko's 7th straight title defense, since winning the title back in 2018. During this co-main event fight, Santos proved to be strong and was able to take the champion down multiple times and nearly submitted Shevchenko in the middle rounds. In fact, most UFC fans have argued that Santos actually won the fight. What are your thoughts? Comment below. The results of the fight between Prochazka and Teixeira at the UFC 275 took the MMA community by surprise and caused the UFC president Dana White to freak out. White could not make it to Singapore for UFC 275 because of his son's birthday. However, Dana streamed the event live on Instagram. While watching, the UFC president reacted to the outcome of the main event fight between Jiri Prochazka and Glover Teixeira. The back-and-forth action, coupled with Prochazka's no-hooks rear naked choke finish, totally freaked White out. Here is the footage.
Fucking choking him! He tapped? No way! No way! Jiri tapped him out! No way! No way! What a fight!
Holy shit. Look at that cut.
Oh, that cut. What an absolute war, man. Fight of the year. Shit, my phone's blowing.
From Dana White's exclamations, one could easily tell that he never expected the bout to end like that. The Czech fighter submitted the 42-year-old champion at the 5th round. Looking at the judges' records, Teixeira would have retained the UFC title if Prochazka had not forced him to tap at just 28 seconds left in the main event. This was the first submission loss for Teixeira in his 20-year, 41-fight career, and White was in disbelief that Prochazka was the one to do it. The UFC president shared the video of his reaction to Jiri Prochazka submitting Glover Teixeira at the last minute on social media. The short clip ends with White having to check his phone for a slew of incoming messages, undoubtedly coming from observers as blown away by the outcome as he was. Glover Teixeira lost his title at the UFC 275 to Jiri Prochazka. At the beginning of the fight, Teixeira had the upper hand. The bout was packed full with lots of actions, and the scorecards of the judges showed that Teixeira was winning until it was remaining about a minute for the fight to end. Then suddenly, the Wildman striker Jiri Prochazka shocked the world by submitting second-degree black belt and grappling legend Glover Teixeira. Teixeira's championship win last October at UFC 267 was viewed as one of the most inspirational moments in promotion history. At 42 years old, Teixeira was able to finally reach the summit of the UFC's light heavyweight division after a grueling 19-year journey. After the abrupt end to his widely celebrated title reign, Teixeira took to social media to say that he gave his best in the fight, but his best wasn't enough. I tired and left myself open. I gave it my best. Let's go for the next one. Thank you to all of you that root for me for the support. I'm fine, just a few cuts, but let's go. The former UFC champion Joanna Jedrzejczyk recently announced her retirement from mixed martial arts after losing to Zhang Weili. The 34-year-old fighter lost to Zhang Weili via a second-round knockout at the UFC 275. At the post-fight interview inside the octagon, Jedrzejczyk said she was dropping her gloves. UFC President Dana White was full of praises for the Polish fighter. Dana commended her for helping to shape the course of women's mixed martial arts. While speaking with Yahoo Sports, Dana said that Jedrzejczyk played a major role in the success of the women's MMA. Saturday marked Jedrzejczyk's first fight in 27 months. Jedrzejczyk has lost 5 of her last 7 fights, with 4 of these bouts for either the women's strawweight or flyweight division. For most of her career, Jedrzejczyk was the best fighter in the women's 115-pound division. Jedrzejczyk began her career with 14 consecutive wins, including 5 successful title defenses. No other woman in the strawweight division has ever successfully defended the championship more than once. We're not sure if there are certain reasons for her retirement. We can only assume that burnout took the best of her. Some of the MMA greats have also replied to the retirement. Casey O'Neill said, "My favorite female fighter of all time. My heart is so sad right now. Thank you for everything, Joanna Champion. You made our sport better. Crying with you tonight." UFC champion Kamaru Usman and Tim Means also dropped one congratulating her retirement. Jamala Hill followed it with having her hands down to one of the greatest to ever live. Thank her for what she has offered to the sport. Daniel Cormier thanked her. Dustin Poirier thanked her too. Even Alex Volkanovski acknowledged her presence. And no one but the beltless champion himself, Charles Oliveira, stating, "It's an honor to be one of the witnesses of your great career. A lot of love and respect from the MMA community." Jan Blachowicz has his eyes set on the UFC gold. Blachowicz challenged the new light heavyweight champion Jiri Prochazka for the title. Prochazka showed no compassion to Glover Teixeira for the gold in the main event of UFC 275 in Singapore. The title fight was an instant classic, with both men exchanging heavy shots and reversals on the ground. Prochazka was able to get Teixeira to tap with a rear naked choke. He's now the new UFC light heavyweight champion. After the fight, Blachowicz took to social media to call out the new 205-pound title holder. Here's the footage.
Jiri won, so I am the next in line. I want him, he wants me, he told me that, so we have to do it. Europe deserves for this fight. World deserves for this fight, but especially Europe. It's gonna be the biggest, Europe fighting ever, so we have to do it.
If you had the choice, when and where would it be?
Even tomorrow, here. I'm gonna be ready wherever they want.
He even followed it with a tweet. "Jiri, let's do this. The battle for Europe. The biggest fight in the continent's history." Is someone being too pushy for a self-validating bout? Comment below. Blachowicz is hoping to become a 2-time UFC light heavyweight champion. He lost the gold to Teixeira back in October 2021. He rebounded with a 3rd-round TKO win over Alexander Rakic last month. Prochazka is currently on a 13-fight winning streak. He's gone 3-0 under the UFC banner. He hasn't lost a fight since December 2015, when he was knocked out by Mohamed Laurel under the Ryzen banner. Prochazka avenged that loss back in 2019 by stopping King Mo via 3rd-round TKO. Blachowicz was on a 5-fight winning streak before being submitted by Teixeira. He's currently the number 3 ranked UFC light heavyweight. Blachowicz may need to wait his turn, however. UFC President Dana White recently told Spinning Backfist that the winner of Magomed Ankalaev vs Anthony Smith would get the next light heavyweight title opportunity. A rematch between Prochazka and Teixeira is one to look forward to. Consider how thrilling the first match was. Would you agree? Comment below. This is what the current champ had to say about his latest victory and future plans in the sport.
Zdravím všechny, doufám, že jste si užili boj. Já teda se svým výkonem určitě spokojený nejsem, ale do příště máme pás, vítězství je doma. Vítězství je doma, děkuji všem za podporu. Jedeme dál, budeme upgradeovat a vítězství, vždycky.
Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also turn on your notifications. We'll be reading out our top comments in the near future. And make sure to watch our other videos to find out all the latest news in MMA.